The Black Death, smallpox, the 1918 influenza, these names echo through history, reminding us of the devastating power of viruses. Each of these outbreaks left a profound mark on humanity, altering the course of history and changing the lives of millions. History is filled with terrifying epidemics. From ancient times to the modern era, viruses have been a relentless enemy, striking fear into the hearts of people across the globe. These microscopic invaders have the power to bring entire societies to their knees. These outbreaks, caused by viruses, have killed millions. The toll on human life is staggering, and the impact on communities is profound. Families torn apart, economies shattered, and the very fabric of society tested to its limits. Viruses are a frightening enemy. They are not just a medical challenge, but a societal one. Their ability to spread rapidly and silently makes them particularly dangerous. Scientists work tirelessly to understand these tiny foes, but the battle is ongoing. They are invisible to the naked eye, spreading silently and rapidly. One moment, life seems normal, and the next, the world is turned upside down. Streets empty, businesses close, and the daily rhythm of life is disrupted. Controlling a virus once it starts to spread is a race against time. Viruses don't discriminate. They cross borders, infecting people regardless of nationality, race, or socioeconomic status. The challenge is global, and the response must be equally so. They infect the young, the old, the healthy, and the weak. No one is immune to their reach. The most vulnerable in society often suffer the most, but everyone is at risk. Vaccination and public health measures become our best defense. Their ability to mutate and adapt makes them even more dangerous. Just when we think we have a handle on one strain, another emerges more virulent and deadly. This constant evolution keeps scientists on their toes, always searching for new solutions. The emergence of new and deadly viruses is a constant threat. Each new outbreak brings with it uncertainty and fear. The world watches anxiously as scientists and healthcare workers race to understand and contain the threat. Understanding viruses is crucial to protecting ourselves from their devastating effects. Research and public health initiatives are our frontline defense. By studying these pathogens, we can develop vaccines, treatments, and strategies to mitigate their impact. The fight against viruses is a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. Viruses are incredibly small, much smaller than bacteria. They are essentially packages of genetic material, DNA or RNA, encased in a protein shell. This simplicity is part of what makes them so effective. Viruses can't reproduce on their own. They need a host cell. The virus attaches itself to a host cell and injects its genetic material. This hijacks the cell's machinery, turning it into a virus factory. The infected cell then produces copies of the virus, which spread to infect other cells. This cycle of infection and replication is how viruses spread and cause disease. Smallpox, a viral disease, plagued humanity for centuries. It caused fever, pustules, and often death. Smallpox killed an estimated 300 million people in the 20th century alone. Its eradication is one of the greatest triumphs of modern medicine. Through a global vaccination campaign, smallpox was declared eradicated in 1980. This victory demonstrates the power of vaccines in combating viral diseases. However, the memory of smallpox serves as a reminder of the devastation viruses can cause. Marburg and Ebola viruses are among the deadliest known to humankind. They cause hemorrhagic fever, a severe and often fatal illness. These viruses have high mortality rates, often exceeding 50%. Symptoms include fever, muscle pain, and internal bleeding. There are no specific treatments for Marburg or Ebola. Patients receive supportive care to manage symptoms and prevent complications. The high fatality rates and gruesome nature of these diseases make them a source of fear and concern. Outbreaks often occur in remote areas with limited access to healthcare, making containment challenging. Section 5. Why are these viruses so deadly? Marburg and Ebola viruses are highly contagious and spread through bodily fluids. They have short incubation periods, meaning that people become sick quickly after infection. This rapid progression makes it difficult to contain outbreaks. These viruses also attack the immune system, weakening the body's ability to fight back. They can mutate rapidly, making it challenging to develop effective vaccines and treatments. The combination of these factors makes Marburg and Ebola viruses particularly lethal and difficult to combat. Section 6. The Silent Killer, AIDS and the HIV Pandemic. This chapter delves into one of the most significant health crises of the modern era, a crisis that has reshaped societies and continues to challenge the global health community. The human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV, which causes acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, known as AIDS, emerged in the 20th century and quickly became a global pandemic. The virus was first identified in the early 1980s, and its rapid spread led to widespread fear and misunderstanding. HIV attacks the immune system, leaving individuals vulnerable to opportunistic infections. These infections, which are normally controlled by a healthy immune system, can become life-threatening in people with AIDS. The virus specifically targets CD4 cells, a type of white blood cell that plays a crucial role in maintaining the body's immune defense. AIDS has claimed millions of lives worldwide. The epidemic has left a profound impact on communities, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa, where the disease has devastated families and economies. Memorials and cemeteries stand as somber reminders of the lives lost to this relentless disease. While antiretroviral drugs can now manage HIV infection, there is still no cure. These medications have transformed HIV from a fatal diagnosis to a manageable chronic condition, allowing individuals to live longer, healthier lives. However, access to these life-saving drugs remains uneven, with many in low-income countries still struggling to obtain treatment. The HIV/AIDS pandemic highlights the devastating impact a virus can have on a global scale. It has affected millions, regardless of age, gender, or nationality, and continues to be a major public health issue. The statistics are staggering, with millions living with the virus and new infections occurring every year. It also underscores the importance of research, education, and access to healthcare in combating infectious diseases. Scientists around the world are tirelessly working to find a cure and develop better treatments. Community health education plays a vital role in prevention, helping to reduce stigma and promote safe practices. The fight against HIV/AIDS is ongoing, and it requires a concerted global effort to overcome. Section 7. The future, lurking in the shadows. The threat of emerging viruses is ever present. Scientists are constantly discovering new viruses in animals, some of which have the potential to jump to humans. The increasing encroachment of human populations into wildlife habitats raises the risk of such spillovers. Climate change may also play a role, potentially altering the distribution and behavior of disease vectors like mosquitoes. The future of infectious diseases is uncertain, but one thing is clear. We must remain vigilant in our efforts to identify, understand, and combat new viral threats. Section 8. Vaccines, our first line of defense. Vaccines are one of the most powerful tools we have to prevent viral infections. Vaccines work by introducing a weakened or inactive form of the virus to the body. This exposure triggers an immune response, preparing the body to fight off future infections. Vaccines have been instrumental in eradicating smallpox and significantly reducing the incidence of diseases like measles, mumps, and rubella. However, developing safe and effective vaccines is a complex and time-consuming process. Despite the challenges, vaccines remain our best hope for preventing future pandemics. Section 9. Antiviral drugs, a counterattack against viruses. Antiviral drugs are medications used to treat viral infections. Unlike antibiotics, which target bacteria, antivirals work by interfering with the virus's ability to replicate within the body. Antiviral drugs can reduce the severity and duration of illness. However, viruses can develop resistance to antiviral drugs, making treatment more difficult. The development of new and effective antiviral drugs is an ongoing battle against constantly evolving viruses. Antivirals, while not a cure, offer a crucial line of defense against viral infections. Section 10. New treatments and technologies, hope on the horizon. Scientists are constantly working to develop new treatments and technologies to combat viral diseases. Gene editing techniques hold promise for potentially editing out viral DNA from infected cells. Immunotherapies, which harness the power of the body's own immune system, are also being explored. Nanotechnology offers the potential for targeted drug delivery and more effective vaccines. While these technologies are still in development, they represent the innovative approaches being taken to stay one step ahead of viral threats. Section 11. Conclusion. Humanity versus viruses. An ongoing battle. The battle between humans and viruses is an ancient one, dating back to the earliest days of human civilization. From the bubonic plague that decimated Europe in the 14th century to the Spanish flu of 1918, viruses have repeatedly tested our resilience and ingenuity. Throughout history, viruses have posed a significant threat to human health, causing widespread suffering and death. The Black Death alone wiped out an estimated 25 million people, altering the course of history. The Spanish flu infected a third of the world's population, claiming millions of lives in just 2 years. However, humans have made remarkable progress in understanding and combating these microscopic foes. The discovery of the smallpox vaccine by Edward Jenner in 1796 marked a turning point, leading to the eventual eradication of the disease. The development of the polio vaccine by Jonas Salk in the 1950s further showcased our ability to fight back. Through scientific advancements, we have developed vaccines, antiviral drugs, and new treatment approaches. Vaccines for diseases like measles, mumps, and rubella have saved countless lives. Antiviral drugs have transformed the management of diseases like HIV/AIDS, turning what was once a death sentence into a manageable condition. Yet the emergence of new and deadly viruses reminds us that the fight is far from over. The recent COVID-19 pandemic has shown how quickly a virus can spread globally, disrupting lives and economies. New viruses like Ebola and Zika continue to emerge, posing fresh challenges to our healthcare systems. We must remain vigilant, investing in research, public health infrastructure, and global cooperation to protect ourselves from the ever-present threat of viral diseases. Collaborative efforts like the Global Health Security Agenda and the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations are crucial in our ongoing battle. The future of humanity depends on our ability to outsmart and outmaneuver these microscopic enemies. By continuing to innovate, share knowledge, and work together, we can build a world where viral diseases are no longer a threat to our survival. The battle is ongoing, but with determination and unity, we can prevail.